Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is John. Today I'm talk about 7 things not to do when speaking English. So let's get started the video and start now. Number 1, don't be too ashamed to speak. There is only one way to learn how to speak English, and that is to open your mouth and speak English. The only way you will ever get better at speaking is by speaking, and by speaking a lot. Mark Twain says, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. You can make excuses for why you don't want to speak, like saying that you are too embarrassed to speak, but this won't get you any closer to your goal of achieving English fluency. It doesn't matter if you have no vocabulary or if your pronunciation isn't perfect. You need to open your mouth and speak if you want to improve. Whatever you do, don't say that you can't speak English because this will become a self-fulfillment prophecy. By believing that you can speak English, you close your mind to trying and never give up yourself the opportunity to improve. The only way to improve your English is to practice, no matter how bad you may or may not be at it. Number 2, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Another thing you shouldn't do when speaking English to be afraid of making mistakes. Part of being human is making mistakes, and sooner or later you are going to have to accept the fact that you are not perfect and that you will always make mistakes. The only way you can avoid making mistakes is by not trying at all. If you follow this approach, you will avoid making mistakes, but you will never improve either. Michael Jordan says, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games, and 26 times I have been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. If you are making mistake, that means you are actually speaking English and improving. If you aren't making mistakes every day, then you aren't speaking enough. Of course, you shouldn't initially make mistakes, and you should try to be aware of your mistakes so you can learn from them and improve your skills. Grammar is the last thing you should be worried about when speaking English. You don't need to have perfect grammar in order to communicate with someone in English. Native speakers aren't going to judge you for having bad grammar. They are going to be more focused on understanding your meaning and continuing the conversation. As long as you speak clearly and confidently, it doesn't matter if you use the wrong article, objective, ending, and sentence order. Number 3, don't apologize for your level. Something that really annoys me when I am talking to someone in English is when they apologize for how much English. Never been so offended by someone and level of English, and I don't get upset when someone makes mistakes. If you talk to someone and they do get offended or upset because of your level of English, they are an unable person. Most of the people who apologize for their level of English feel like they should speak better than they do. It's fine to think this, but don't get upset at yourself for not knowing more than you do. And achieving fluency in any language is a process that makes time. Number 4, don't get frustrated with yourself. Learning English will come with a certain amount of frustration. At some point, you will come to a stage and where you want to be able to fully express yourself like you would be able to your native language, and there will be times and when you want to able to find the right words to say. Learn English goes through this phase. It's just a natural part of language learning process. Number 5, don't take it personally when people don't understand you. At some point in your English speaking career, you are going to speak to someone who, no matter how hard you try, just can't seem to understand you. Due to the large number of English speakers in the world, there is a wide range of accents, some of which are hard to understand. I, for one, have a hard time understanding some Australian accent and most Asian accents. Number 6, don't compare yourself to other English. No matter what level your English is at, you have to work hard to bring yourself to that level. Be proud of you, accomplish, and don't be too concerned with everybody is different. Everybody is different. Some people learn language more easily than others, and some people have spent more time working to improve their English. Just because your friend who lived in London for 3 years can speak really well doesn't mean that you are not on the right path. Number seven, if you are fluent or just think you are. English is journey, not a destination. English is journey, not a destination. English is not a chip in your brain. It's a learning process. Maybe this is gonna seem harsh and definitely a bit paradoxical, but for the rare language, this means that when you finally become fluent, whatever that really means to you, to the world, you shouldn't adopt the attitude of somebody who thinks I already learn English because there are some fundamental problems and limitations that come from this assumption. Here are just a few. You are living a lie because you never stop learning a language. It is like it is like calling yourself a fully and realized human being. They say always the next level of the current level always needs practice. Understanding you can know everything about grammar, but that doesn't mean you are fluent. So thank you so much.